what we gotta watch, what we gotta watch.
Paul Match
What we gotta
TV.
watch, what we gotta watch, what we gotta watch.
Paul Match
What we gotta
TV.
watch, what we gotta watch, what we gotta watch.
Paul Match
What we gotta
TV.
watch, what we gotta watch, what we gotta watch.
Paul Match
What we gotta
TV.
watch, what we gotta watch.
Yeah,
what we
buddy,
gotta
that's
watch.
right. Get exposure right now. Holler at the homie Paul Mash, man, for Paul Mash TV. Hit up Paul Mash TV across all social media sites, alright?
Gotta watch, what we gotta watch.
Who we got next? Got next. Got next. Got next. Got next.
Well, hello everybody. It's time again for Paul Mash TV. We're glad that you could join us again today. And we got a great interview coming up in just a minute. But before we get into that, don't forget to subscribe, hit the bell, give us a comment on YouTube. We'd love to hear from you there. And also, we have a Facebook page, facebook.com/Paul Mash TV. Feel free to inbox us and comment on all the videos, and feel free to like the page. And also email us, and this works for both fans and band and solo artists, at paulmashtv@gmail.com. We'd love to hear from you there. And we also have an official web address, and all those will be shown to you at the closing credits at the end of the show, so stay tuned for that. Right now, from St. Louis, Missouri, we have Doeboy Jones, another talented hip-hop artist on our show. And we'll get to that in just a minute, but here's another quick word from Click Jam. Don't go away.
We got history, got me feeling the nostalgia when you look at me, thinking about what could.
Well, hello everybody. It's interview time again, and we have with us from St. Louis, Missouri, we have Doeboy Jones. Thanks for coming by, Doeboy.
I appreciate you for having me, Paul. Appreciate you for having me.
Yeah, no problem.
Pleasure.
Glad to have you on the show today. Everybody has their own story, so I asked this question for a reason, but why don't you tell me a little bit about how Doeboy Jones began in the music business? I mean, like I said, everyone has their own story. Let's hear your story about how you began.
Right. Well, I started doing poetry. I wrote poetry at the age of 12 on and off, and then I converted my poetry from poetry to music at the age of 13. I'm now 28, so I've been doing it since I was 13 to now. So I've just been sticking with it heavy. So that's pretty much my journey on how it started.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
Right from the
Well, if you think about
very,
it,
very beginning.
oh, I'm sorry I interrupted you. Go ahead.
You good. I was just saying that's basically how everything started up from like the very, very beginning. That's how everything shapes form.
Oh, okay. Well, I was getting ready to say, in my opinion, I think hip hop pretty much is poetry, and I know a lot of them are, without really thinking about it, they're kind of poets in their own, in their own right. So that's
Right.
good. So why don't you tell us about some of your influences? I mean, I'm sure there's a lot of mainstream artists that influenced you in your, hip hop stuff. So why don't you tell us a little bit about that?
Well, let's see. A lot of my I do have some mainstream influences. This new school now, but mostly my influences started from the 90s. Most, if I had to say, it would be mostly the 90s the era. More like when Pac was big in the 90s, or Biggie, or let's see, Busta Rhymes, artists like that. Really caught me. Artists who wasn't just lyrical, but actually had a big message off the screen, or off, besides out of the booth. So those was like the main artists that caught my attention. And Lil Wayne, I would say his dedication, as far as the dedication and craft that he put towards his music, is what really stuck out to me as far as inspiration. Would be Lil Wayne, definitely.
Okay. Yeah. A lot of people choose that, like Tupac and Lil Wayne, like yourself, and they, of course, were legends in their own right. So those are good artists there. Why don't you tell us a little bit about your music? I mean, and where can we where can we find it? Most people prefer streaming nowadays, but I don't know if you have any physical copies of your work, but maybe you could let us know.
Right. Well, you can basically find all my music right now on all platforms, on Spotify, Apple Music, you name it. Just type in Doeboy Jones. It's capital D, lowercase O-E, capital B, lowercase O-Y, and Jones. That is pretty much music on all platforms. I had a project I put out last year on 4th of July called Reality Crack Part 1. And I'm currently about to drop the sequel to that project called Reality Crack Part 2 this month coming up in March. And I have a single I put out that's going to be on Reality Crack Part 2 last month that's doing real good on Spotify right now. It's called In My Feelings.
Okay.
So that's pretty much what I got going on so far as far as music.
Oh, okay. Yeah, well that's good, and I'm sure everybody out there will want to get a have a taste of Doeboy Jones on the music. And speaking of having a taste, we're about getting ready to play one of your music videos. Why don't you tell us the title of it and if there's a story behind it?
Yes, it's called Fought the Pain, shot by Freeland Films out of West Virginia. The story basically behind my life, my upbringing, my trials and tribulations, what I fought through from the beginning to even now. That's basically the root to sum it up with, the story behind the visual and the lyrics and everything,
Okay.
Fought the pain.
Okay, well that sounds good, and I'm sure everybody will be excited to see that video, and we'll be showing that in just a moment. But before we get into that video, I just want to let you know I think that's all the time we have for now, and we appreciate you coming on the show. And maybe one day if you have something new to plug, maybe we'll have you back on sometime.
I appreciate y'all for having me, Paul, and definitely I look forward to being back on here in future times. So I'll definitely keep you posted with anything new or anything upcoming.
Okay, well, we appreciate that. And here's Doeboy Jones here on Paul Mash TV, so don't go away. We'll be right back.
Freeland Films is in the building. Freeland Films. Shout out to Freeland Films.
I listen to my OGs cause they walk the lane, they walk the same. That's what all them tell me, keep your walk the fame. You fought the pain. I battle shit that could've made my thoughts insane. I fought the pain. Even as a little man, I fought the pain. Get off my brain. I listen to my OGs cause they walk the lane, they walk the same. That's what all them tell me, keep your walk the fame. You fought the pain. I battle shit that could've left my thoughts disturbing. Some was urgent. I'm giving y'all reality, I got a purpose. Far from perfect, but one thing you can't fucking say is I'm not working. Nigga, you Perkins. Say that shit on media when seeing you pull back them curtains. If I fought through the pain, I can fight through the nonsense. You cannot get to my conscience. I was brought up on them projects, and I'm killing all of my projects. After the battles and objects, this shit it did take a process, but only real niggas make progress. All of that hate giving concepts. I'ma keep building like biceps. I'ma keep building like triceps. Try to come down with your mind steps. I'll make you sing like you Wycliffe. I battle shit that y'all overlooking. Ain't no such thing as an overbooking. I bring that fire the way overcooking. My OGs gave me the open book. I battle shit that could've made my thoughts insane. I fought the pain. Even as a little man, I fought the pain. Get off my brain. I listen to my OGs cause they walk the lane, they walk the same. That's what all them tell me, keep your walk the fame. You fought the pain. I battle shit that could've made my thoughts insane. I fought the pain. Even as a little man, I fought the pain. Get off my brain. I listen to my OGs cause they walk the lane, they walk the same. That's what all them tell me, keep your walk the fame. You fought the pain. I know that I'm walking success. I put a tape in the streets, got a check. My determination say I'm next. Tryna make my destination stretch. I need celebrations like a vet. You can try to threaten like I'm tech. Once we put a nigga on his neck, I be making them hits from the sweat. I get them comments, I'm making them stretch. I don't trust niggas, niggas gotta catch. I do my job, I fucking Belichick. I know some feelings niggas could've kept. Battle depression, nigga went through stress. I hold it down cause God was truly blessed. I hold it down cause all of this a test. Feeling like 50, gotta keep a vest. I battle shit that could've made my thoughts insane. I fought the pain. Even as a little man, I fought the pain. Get off my brain. I listen to my OGs cause they walk the lane, they walk the same. That's what all them tell me, keep your walk the fame. You fought the pain. I battle shit that could've made my thoughts insane. I fought the pain. Even as a little man, I fought fuck the pain, get off my brain. I listen to my OGs cause they walk the lane, they walk the same. That's what all them tell me, keep your walk to fame, you fought the pain.